A wonderful atmosphere in the northeast as Newcastle United took on West Ham United in the opening match of the 2002-03 season. It was the 10th anniversary of the Premier League and there was a real feeling of optimism for the Geordie fans. So Bobby Robson's men finished in 4th place the previous season and were in the Champions League. West Ham also finished strongly in 7th under Glenn Roeder. They were hoping for a repeat performance. Two of Sir Bobby Robson's summer signings made their debuts for the Magpies. Titus Bramble signed from Ipswich for £4.5 million and Portuguese midfielder Hugo Viana, who cost £8.5 million from Sporting Lisbon. But they had a number of men injured, including Craig Bellamy. The Hammers had a young star in the making. Jermaine Defoe had scored 14 goals in his first full season in the Premiership, but had to start up front without a recognised strike partner. Freddie Canuti had a sore neck and Paolo Di Canio was also injured. Edouard Cissé was the only summer signing who featured. He was on loan from Paris Saint-Germain. Your match commentator is Alan Parry.
So 18 of the Premier League's teams have already completed their opening fixture. And now, as Newcastle United and the black and white stripes, of course, get us underway, the last game in the first weekend is underway. Aaron Hughes, the young Irish international, looking straight away for Alan Shearer. Newcastle United like to pen teams in very early on here. Bernard going forward and tripped. First free kick to the home side. The referee unhappy that the ball was knocked away there. Cissé, West Ham's new French midfield player, who'll know all about Bernard. Poor marking there by West Ham. They could have been made to pay for that from the free kick. Nikos Dabizas, the Greek international, sneaking round the back. Nobody picked him up at all. And if he'd have pulled that header a couple of yards back to the edge of the 6-yard box, well, West Ham would have been in trouble. Dyer and Bernard. Another foul on the Frenchman. By another Frenchman, in fact, in Schemmel, who had a very good first season with West Ham. Well, they just cannot break clear at the moment. Pearce giving away the throw-in, but it's a succession of Newcastle attacks that's stretching West Ham in these opening minutes. Viana. Lualua. Well, it wasn't a bad effort. Took some time, I think it's fair to say, to adjust to the pace of the Premiership when he joined Newcastle United from Division 2 side Colchester United. But here in the Barclaycard English Premier League, we've had a high-paced, high-tempo start. Lualua with the shot! What a superb effort that was. You just can't categorise Lualua. He always does the unexpected. How many would have tried that shot from that range? The ball just didn't seem to want to sit down for him, but he took it on the bounce, on the volley, and almost beat David James in the West Ham goal. Bernard. Look at the space ahead of him. West Ham just conceding the midfield at that moment. But not likely to concede a goal from that range. Lualua's shot has been deflected, however, off Christian Daly for a corner. Midway through the first half, it remains goalless in this Barclaycard English Premier League fixture, the final one of the opening weekend. Good clearance by Pearce, and he's picked out Cole as well. Tremendous energy from Dyer and Jenas in that Newcastle midfield. Carrick. Schemmel. Pearce now for West Ham. Looking for Defoe, and Defoe making ground, but Bramble very calmly back to his keeper. Lualua slipping at the vital moment. Repka steps in to win it back for West Ham. Clever ball for Cissé. Oh, good tackle, and a very important one by Dabizas. Cissé was lining up a shot then. The Frenchman on a year's loan from Paris Saint-Germain, breaking well from midfield. And ending West Ham a corner. Dabizas first to react again in the penalty area. Gave away the corner, had to, and then cleared it. Joe Cole a little untidy with his possession now. Loa. Jenas makes the run to take defenders away. He's still surrounded by claret and blue shirts, however. Made no difference. And Newcastle, from conceding a corner at one end, have gone right down the other and 1-1 themselves. Hard to get the ball off this fella. Sinclair got it clear. Bernard. Good effort. Never easy through a crowd of players. He kept it low. Determined enough to win the ball in the first place. His angle just wrong. Taking a few risks here, Newcastle. And lucky that they weren't punished. A little bit overindulgent in defence. Repka's missed his header. Shearer threatening. Daly has gone down. Will it be a free kick? It will. Inevitably, Shearer puts the ball in the back of the net and claims, equally inevitably, that he's the innocent party. Let's have a look. Well, I'll tell you what, he only made the slightest contact there. Not exactly a firm push. Now, whether it was enough to unsettle Daly or whether he just fell because of his own momentum is for you to decide. Mr. Durkin made his decision. I thought he was a bit unlucky there, Shearer. Here's Pearce and Cole. That's a great turn by Joe Cole. Splendid play by Cole. Well, that would have been a spectacular goal if he could have finished as skillfully as he set himself up. Beautiful work here by Cole. Between the two defenders, kept his balance, kept his composure as well, but just dragging his shot wide. Lua for Newcastle. 10 minutes to half-time. Jenas. Solano. Lovely little chip ball forward. It's difficult. And so was the shot, really, from that kind of angle. Frustration again for the man whose full name is Lomana Tresor Lua. An international for the Ivory Coast, the African nation. Very cultured build-up here by Newcastle, but the final shot, it was always going to be difficult from that angle. Solano. Again, trying to use pace. Now did Repka get across legally or illegally in front of his man? The referee's happy with the challenge from the Czech Republic international. He used an arm, look at that. Right across the throat of Lua. Mr. Durkin's been quite lenient towards these West Ham defenders so far. Bernard. Free kick. Cisse might be in trouble this time. I mean, persistent infringements of the laws do add up to a cautionable offence. There's a difficult ball, and it was the new man Viana who came in with the header. Heading ability, not something he's necessarily noted for, but he sneaked in then from the wide position and almost caught West Ham napping. Certainly got higher than Schemmel. And the splendid Dabizas wins it back again and finds Viana. Jenas. Solano. Well, that's a good ball. Now that looked like a push, or was it a dive? That's what the referee has to decide. And he's decided it was the former rather than the latter. The West Ham defenders are complaining that he made a meal of that there, Alan Shearer. This is a potentially goal-scoring situation. Robert can bend them. Shearer can blast them. Robert is not an option on this occasion, so maybe it is going to be the cannonball from Shearer. Solano also over the ball, as the referee almost physically moves the wall back the required distance. How many men have they got in that wall as well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Newcastle body in there as well. Are they going to tee it up for Shearer, or is that just a sham? No, it is. And Shearer strikes it, and it took a deflection, a heavy deflection that took it off target, because that was moving and moving in the right direction. A late corner for Newcastle, taken by Viana, and it's a good one too. Oh, good clearance under pressure. I think it was Cisse who got it away, but back into the danger area. West Ham survive again for the moment. Carrick. Oh, lovely skill again by Cole. He's done that 2 or 3 times in this half. He's an exciting little player. Cole, when it came to the opportunity to knock it short, he'd give it away. This could be the final attack of the half. They've got to make something of this. Good tackle. Repka, strong. Now we're over the allotted time. Be interesting to see whether the referee will allow Newcastle to actually take the corner. Well, it came to nothing anyway. So there we are, the half-time whistle. Alan Shearer and his colleagues frustrated. West Ham have defended very well though, and Newcastle are going to have to up their game in the second half to break them down. At the interval, Newcastle 0, West Ham 0. And the whistle gets the second half underway. I'm sure West Ham would be absolutely delighted if the scoreline remains as it is now. Joe Cole with a really driving run there, earning the first free kick of the second half. Be taken by Nigel Winterburn. Pearce with the header back into the danger area. Cole went for it, so too did Dabizas bravely, because he could have had his head booted there by Joe Cole. Defoe keeps it in play. Cole's there again. Here's Solano, good ball. David James, another in the England reckoning with the clearance. Sinclair, yet another England international. Cisse brings it down, Carrick gives it away. Haven't seen too much of Carrick tonight, not done himself justice so far, and easily beaten here. Solano. Jenas wanted it back. Viana's in support, he slides it in, and Shearer appears in a position where he usually gets a shot in, and he did, and Solano got between the defender and the goalkeeper, and that could easily have been the opening goal of the game. Shearer almost inevitably heavily involved, and David James bravely here went down at the feet of Norberto Solano, but denied what surely would have been a goal. Pearce, the other defender, and it was probably the knee of his own player, Ian Pearce, that caused David James injury. Well, if they need him, they've got a very capable substitute goalkeeper now, a new signing for West Ham in the summer, Raymond van der Houw, who of course has spent the previous 3 years at Manchester United, mostly sitting on the bench admittedly. Newcastle's fifth corner, cleared by Pearce. Loire brings it down and plays it straight back in, but David James has recovered well. Clears very quickly indeed. Keeping possession more. Using the ball better, West Ham. But then Carrick gifts it back to Solano. Dyer. Interesting ball in. Schemmel decided he couldn't take any risks, and that's rule one of good defending. I think he's just acknowledging there that maybe he could have let that one go through to David James, but you can't take risks here. Dabizas forward now. He has got a good goal-scoring record for a defender. Oh, what a fine save by David James. I think it was Bramble's header that tested him. As they were looking out for one defender, the other came in and almost gave Newcastle United the lead. Solano's corner. And West Ham can breathe again, but not for long. This time it was Dabizas. The pressure mounting on the visiting team from London. 8 corners to 3 now in Newcastle's favour. Still goalless though. Dabizas almost got there again. Pearce clearing this time. They're penned in at the moment, West Ham. Oh, disappointment for Jenas. Jenas. Shearer leaves it. Loa. Off he goes again on one of those weaving runs. Good tackle by Repka. Couldn't afford to get that one wrong. Now Bernard. Hughes. Way by Pearce. Vaiana miscontrolled it but won it back well. Good determination. Bernard had to check out. The cross wasn't on. All the possession is with the home side now. Can they break down this stubborn West Ham United? And that's a corner. Maybe it's a set piece that will lead to the breakthrough. Bramble, who came so close from the earlier corner, making his way forward again. Solano delivers, and it's good. Well, it was Loa who, in tandem with Dabizas, made it hard for West Ham this time. Corner number 10, is it? Danger now, and a goal! Yes! Watch this celebration! As spectacular as the goal itself from Loa. And the fans have lifted the roof off at St James's Park to celebrate the first goal of what they hope is going to be a wonderful season. Loa, the man who scores it. And the former gymnast displayed his gymnastic skills both in scoring and in celebrating. Right between the legs of the West Ham goalkeeper and skipper David James, and then a spectacular somersault. 1-0 to Newcastle United. Just over 16 minutes completed in the second half. Now West Ham have got a problem. Good ball back to the Portuguese player who drilled that one and could have had his first Premiership goal had it not been for a fine save by David James. Another little hint of the exciting potential of this young Portuguese star. And yet another Newcastle corner. Repka lost the ball. Bramble's in there trying to win it back. smacked away. That's all West Ham can do at the moment. 64 minutes gone in this Barclaycard English Premier League fixture, and Newcastle United lead West Ham by 1-0, and deservedly so. Winterburn gets it away. Sinclair. Carrick. Jermaine Defoe. Couldn't pick out Cole, but the ball's run kindly for Sinclair. Winterburn. Defoe. It's come to Cisse. Carrick from distance, coming as close as any West Ham player has all night to scoring a goal. Just swerving away. I think, in fairness, Shea Given had it covered there. Repka's given it back. Solano. Good ball by Arna. Shearer in the middle, so is Lualua. Oh, it hit the other side of the bar and it's gone in. He's done it again. What a splendid header. 2 goals for Lualua, and Newcastle are home, if not exactly dry now, surely. I've seen him score plenty of goals down the years. I don't think I've ever seen him score with a header before. But that was textbook. Between the two defenders, James got a hand on it. It smacked against the underside of the bar and over the line for Lualua's second. "15 minutes to go. Newcastle lead 2-0. Exuberant play from them now. Lualua. Oh, he's done brilliantly. Solano. Shearer. He wasn't going to be kept off the score sheet, was he? Alan Shearer gets his first goal of the new season. Lualua had a big part to play in this one too, and a lovely little... Once the ball landed at Shearer's feet, there was only one outcome. And the man who's been Newcastle's top scorer for 5 successive seasons has opened his account for this one. Into the final 5 minutes at St James's Park, and the outcome inevitable. West Ham's 10th successive season this in the top division. They only just avoided relegation a couple of years ago. So in that sense, you've got to say that Glenn Roeder did an excellent job in his first campaign. But they've been swept away tonight, and here's Shearer, who scored one of those 3 goals. Oh, and that's going to be another! And it was Shearer who turned provider. And it was Solano who turned goal maker. 4-0. The rout complete. Whistle's gone. West Ham free kick. Too little, too late. They just want to get in the shower, get on the bus and go home. And now they can. For over an hour, West Ham held out. Then Bobby Robson's team took over, and Glenn Roeder has ended up with a 4-0 hammering in their first game of the season, and Newcastle have made a splendid start. The final score at an exuberant St James's Park: Newcastle United 4, West Ham United 0.
It was indeed a great start to the season for Sir Bobby Robson's men, and Newcastle further progressed by finishing third in the Premiership and qualifying for the Champions League for the second season in a row. For West Ham, it went from bad to worse. 1 month from the end of the campaign, Glenn Roeder collapsed after a game and had to undergo emergency surgery to remove a brain tumour. He recovered, but the Hammers were relegated on the final day of the season.